Got my older sister Bonnie is here. Okay. Y'all know my sister passed away last year, Susan, she passed. Greta, are you in here? Greta over the table, and Carla. Phyllis. So, our father was my father was one of 5 children. Okay. And he was the oldest. His sisters were Pauline, Cecilia, and Marie. And his brother was Stompy. Okay, that was my dad's brother. They're all passed except my Aunt Marie. She's over in Dayton, Ohio, and she's up in age. And her husband, I don't know if y'all know it, Chester Pettis. They're up in age and unable to travel, but they wanted to get some videos. So say everybody take pictures so that we can get them circulated. That's it. Yeah, I think I did say I said Pauline, Marie, and Cecilia were the three girls. Let's see, what else I want to say. My dad's father was one of the 9, correct? My dad was Willis. His brother was Uncle Bobby. 12. There was 12 of them. I'm not going to be able to name them all. There was Bruss.
I can name them.
Okay, there you go. I'm going to let somebody more qualified speak. No. You know more than I do. Plus she has it written down. But I'll give you a little bit of history. The Uzzells came here from North Carolina, from Goldsboro, North Carolina. That's where our original roots are from. That's on the coast, and it was a slave coast. Okay, it was a slaving area, and they all decided they had planned to move up north. Where there was more work, get away from picking cotton and the menial type of work where you can make a living. So the idea was to come to Chicago. It took them 6 months by horse and buggy to get from North Carolina to Terre Haute, which some of them stayed here, and then the rest kept moving up into Chicago and Indianapolis. But this was pretty much the destination. So if you ever want to know where you're from, it's Goldsboro, North Carolina is where our roots are from, the Carolinas. And for what I'm hearing, back in those days, to make a trip up north and leave the south was a big decision. You had to be courageous to do that. If you was a scaredy cat, that wasn't a trip for you. There's a lot of things along the way that you can run into. Here's Cheryl.
Hi, everybody. My name. Okay. As they would tell you, I was raised by my Aunt Inez, who I called Auntie. Everybody called her Auntie as far as I knew. Okay. And Inez Uzzell did not associate with anyone that was out of her family. So what that meant was you stayed in the yard. You stayed in the yard. So if you come by my house, I'd be standing out underneath the tree, wondering what was going on in the world because I couldn't leave the yard. But then one day my Uncle Bobby brought me a dog, and it was on. So I was the kid that you saw in the neighborhood with the dog following her. And we would go everywhere, and he was my pal. So I had my dog, and then I had my cousin Lisa Kay. And I had my cousin, Mary Kay. And we were, as we got older, we were the second set of Golden Girls. The first set was Inez, Mary, and Henrietta. Then you had Lisa, Mary Kay, and LaWanna. And now we have LaKendra, LaToya, and Anika. The third set of the Golden Girls. I was in the Marine Corps for 8 years. I drove truck for about 10 years. I worked with developmentally challenged people for the time when I was in between one job or another. That's what I did to help clear my mind. And so now I work with a nonprofit. We are the 765 Food Project in Anderson, Indiana. And what we do is we take care of the community that can't help itself. And so I know that what is in me comes from what comes out of this family. These things that are ingrained in us when we were children, the product of the people that came up from the South seeking a better way, founded the church, First Renewal Baptist Church, over there on the corner of where Bobby's house sits now, was on the corner of 14th and... Don't look at that. Don't look at that. This is how my auntie kept me. Now look at that. Everybody else got on shorts. Oh, doggone you. I'm done talking now.
We're here in Terre Haute, Indiana. And my mom was from Indianapolis. My dad was from here, of course. When I was 3, we moved to Chicago. And eventually my mom and dad had my brothers David. I don't know where he is. And Thomas is right here in the blue. And David is around here somewhere. Oh, he's in the car. And our father's name was David Wesley Uzzell. And everybody called him Nate. And he was one of 12 surviving children. And if you want to know who those 12 surviving children are, because even if you're a Grisby, you have to look up in your chart to see who was born before you and who was born before that, so you can see how it fits into the 12 children. So the 12 children were Willis, Edward, who I think we called Toad. Does anybody know? Anybody ever heard of Toad?
Yeah.
Okay, what's Toad's real name? Oh, okay. All right, well, Willis, Edward, we think he's Toad. Joanna, who died very young. Henrietta, which is Sissy's mother. Anybody here know who Sissy is? Okay. Henrietta was Sissy's mother. Virgil, Leander, who is Leander's father. Leander barbecued outside, and Leander's father's name was Snip. Everybody called him Snip. And then there was Aunt Inez, she was my aunt. Inez, who lived in Grandma's house and cut hair on the back porch, right? And smoked cigarettes and put them out in her hand. Kept all the kids in line. And then there was Ruth. Ruth, we're the Grigsbys. You're a descendant from Ruth. And then there's Mary. Mary was Lisa's mother. Anybody know Lisa? She's on the back of our shirts. Lisa. Mary was Lisa's mother. Oh, this thing keeps changing on me. Okay, then my father, David Wesley Uzzell. And then there was a Thomas Brown Uzzell, but he died when he was a mid-teens age to late teens. The story is he ate too many green apples. I know that doesn't make any sense, but that's the story. That he died because he ate too many green apples. Then came Charles, he didn't make it either. And then came Robert, which is Uncle Bobby, my Uncle Bobby, Leander's father. Yeah, Megan, Charity, and those people. So those 12 children were the children of David Crockett Uzzell, or David Crockett Uzzell, and Annabelle Brown. Annabelle Brown was from Waverly, Kentucky. So there's a bunch of people that are related to us from that area. And where did I go next? Let's see, Grandma and Grandpa. And then Grandma's parents' names were Jane Boone and Thomas Brown. Janie Boone and Thomas Brown. And that's as far as I've gotten so far. Your turn.
And I'm from Terre Haute here, and all you guys are my cousins. All you guys are my cousins. And my family is from Evansville, where I moved about 30 years ago to Evansville. My wife over there, Anna McCormick. I got my daughter, Tiffany. Got my daughter, Tiffany Robertson. Tiffany Hillard, I'm sorry. And her husband, Phil Hillard. At this table, my grandson, Jeremiah. And my other grandson, Darcy Robertson. Raise your hand. Raise your hand, Jeremiah. And my granddaughter, Mariah Stewart. And my other daughter, Tanisha Howe. All right, they came on down. I got a bunch of great-grandkids running around here. They probably over there playing. But anyway, we're the tribe of Mary Ruth Grigsby.
What are we doing? Take a picture. I'm cool.
I'm filming. You guys been this for a long time. Don't even hardly see no more. Really, like, you know, I just point several of them out. You know, just don't see them anymore. They just disappeared off the face. But anyway, it was all good coming down here, meeting everybody. The food was excellent, you know, and whoever's next, they can come in and take the mic. I'm gonna go ahead and knock mine.
Leo Grigsby. My mom was Ellen Marie Grigsby. I'm related to the others through Ruth Grigsby, which is Chris and Natalie and them's grandmother. And my grandfather was Leo Grigsby. My son, 2 daughters, and all their kids are here. Ronald III, Michelle, Lynette, Leah, Milan. Okay. Naomi, granddaughter, Hannah, Miss Elizabeth, JL, Malachi, and Leah Grigsby, all my grandchildren. I have another son, 2 grandsons, they live in Maryland, my son Ryan. And my wife.
Last but not least.
Darnell and Natalie and Carla and all of us, we all were in high school together, and I had a host of cousins that I came up with, and Uncle Bobby kept us all together, showed us family values and took us everywhere, hunting, fishing, drinking wine. His wine that he made. But we had a good time as a family, and we had a pretty tight family.
Yeah, I just wanted to say a lot of people remember my husband from a couple of reunions ago, and everybody that I spoke to tonight asked me where he was, and I really appreciate that, and I'm going to be sure to mention that to him when I call him tonight and let him know he was actually missed, so maybe he'll come next time. He wanted to drive, and I couldn't handle more than 3 hours of driving, so I bought a ticket, and he wouldn't buy a ticket, so he's playing poker, and I'm here. So. But I also wanted to say, I forgot to say about myself, I'm married for the 3rd time. Do it till you get it right. No, y'all try to get it right the first time. Married for the 3rd time. I live down in Mississippi on the coast. I have 3 surviving sons. 2 are in Gulfport, Mississippi, 30 minutes from me, and 1 is in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They're all married, they're all homeowners, and one of them even has 2 children. So I have 2 grandchildren, yay! I'm also known as Summer Selby. I'm an actor for 30-some years.
Actress.
No, you don't go to a doctoress, do you?
Just told you, huh?
I'm an actor. In our industry, that's what we call ourselves. And been doing that for about 34, 35, 36 years. Never went to New York or LA. Always worked in the middle of the country, but I've worked kind of all over the country. I do TV and movies to help you remember who, if you've seen me before. If you saw a movie called The Burial with Jamie Foxx and Tommy Lee Jones, and it was about a scandal back on the Mississippi coast involving the O'Keefe family. I played Jamie Foxx's mother in that movie. So that's a really good movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's one of those movies that make you feel real good, because Jamie Foxx won. And if you like medical shows, there's a show called The Resident. I was in 2 seasons of that, 11 episodes total, and I played Malcolm Jamal Warner's mother, who you might remember from The Cosbys. Yeah, seasons 4 and 5. And, okay, now he's abandoned me. Who's supposed to be next?
Introduce your family. Introduce your family.
Oh, okay. So, my name is Natalie. Hi, everybody. My mother is Mary Ruth Grigsby Uzzell. Can you hear me? Yeah. This is my first cousin because my mother only had one brother. And you know that's unusual for black families. My father is an only child, so I have no uncles or aunts on his side. I've got one uncle, his dad, so we're first cousins, okay? My mother's mother died when they were 6 and 7 of TB, so they were raised by the aunts who are the matriarchs. They're all gone now. Aunt Mary, if you've heard of Aunt Mary Hornbeak, Aunt Inez, who was a Marine, never wore a pair of pants, I don't think, until I saw her in her late 60s. If I'm right, Jody, I don't know where Jody is. Nika might remember too, she never wore a pair of pants. And then Aunt Henrietta, who lived over here across from Sonny and all their family that helped organize this. They raised our parents because our grandmother had passed away. So here I have today, Chris is my brother, Craig and Ronnie, they were here. Oh, they're gone. Okay. And then my sister Creta is at home. She wasn't able to make it. Over here at this table is some of my family. My oldest daughter, Ebony, right there. My second oldest daughter, Shira. My youngest son, Michael, who's a farmer. Farmer in the city, that's what he is, farmer in the city. His girlfriend is over there. I'm over there beating them at this game right now, but his girlfriend is Rachel, and that's her son, Rocky. Damn, he is so smart. He goes to a special school. Next to my son, Michael, is my youngest grandson, Tyrese. He's the ball player. He's headed to IU football and all. Yeah. Next to Tyrese is Shira's girlfriend, her significant other, Tanya. She's been a part of our family for as long as I've been in it. And next to Tanya, and in between Tanya and Shira, is my oldest grandson. That's Ebony's oldest boy, Deontay.
All right.
Deon is the middle boy. He's over there today. He gonna beat me, but he's beat me every time at this game. But he ain't beat me today. He beat me since he was like 3. And then Jayciana is my only granddaughter. Jayciana, wave your hand. That's Jayciana. She's my buddy. She at my house all the time. Y'all, she don't know how to go home.